Hey, Human Limits. How's it going? So I got good news and bad news. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and flip over. I did make an attempt to get the Godot build working of the game to show it off, and it's still broken. The update that I did from like 4 point something to 4 point something another, one of the things that also devolved into me just saying screw it and moving the Unity, it like broke so many things and I just could not get it to work, and I just didn't want to invest that much time into it. But I got a lot done. Hey Ethan, how's it going? But I did get a lot done over on the Unity side, so that was cool. Oh man, I got people from both sides of the stream now chatting. All right, so I really just have a few things that I was trying to accomplish today. One of them is finishing up. I got the state machine. I was doing a bit of a refactor on the characters, so I need to finish that up. I need to get the AI working again after I got the refactor of the characters. And then I want to try to, once I have the regular like NPCs, the majority of the NPCs working and stuff, I'm gonna try to get the zombie NPC working. And then once we got the zombie NPC working, which shouldn't take too long since it's almost a direct copy paste of the regular ones. Really, it's just it has different AI. At that point, I don't know what I'm gonna do from there on out. But we'll cross for today. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But where did I? Oh yeah, I did some work last night, but it was on my laptop, and then I ended up throwing it away because my laptop was being a pain because I have an ancient laptop that was able to run Godot pretty well, but man, can that laptop not run Unity, which I kind of expected. So it's kind of whatever. Just get a couple more things set up, and then I'm gonna get going. Because for starters, what I needed to do is I got the detection component. I needed to remake this prefab, so I have a okay. This is the first time. So the last night was the first time I had made an empty component since I updated to 6, and like it completely threw me because I could not find it. Because I saw prefab variant was like grayed out, and I was like, well, that's not even what I want. Oh god, where is it now? I don't even remember. Scene prefab. It's under scene now. So I need to remake this detection component because the changes to the refactor I did for the characters, I had to rip this out into its own thing. Just fine. So we got the detection component here. That should be good. So then what we need to do over here on the, I've got too much stuff open. Detection component. The first thing I want to do is this is actually going to be a oops. There we go. So we're gonna get the collider added. Oh, this is not the right collider. And oh, I did see your message. Sucks about the headache. Definitely. I mean, I don't tend to get them from. Actually, I'd be impressed if I hit my head on my bed because of just how it is. But I definitely suffer from migraines. So like, periodically, I'd say probably once every. It's probably once or twice every like couple months. I'll just have days where I just have a migraine that just doesn't go away. Okay, so there we go. So we gotta add the collider, and then what we need to do then in the start with the base enemy. Let's move the detection component over here. Enemy base, or no. I'm working on the, because every single one of these AI is potentially going to have different stuff, so I have to configure it per instance and not something that I'm going to do in the like the base character class. So these will have to be publicly exposed because these are going to be physical. Yeah, I think in college, I had my bed definitely had like a gap where my head could like hit it when I got up. But no, my bed now that I've had for years is just a flat like panel, so there's not really anywhere for me to get caught on. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so. Base doesn't have a. What do I do in the player? The player, I make it publicly. Set up components. Yeah, so I get it. Promise, I can't do that. Okay, so I can't do find components because it's not gonna line up because I have multiple ones here. So yeah, these ones have to be publicly accessible. That I just drag in, which is fine. But then in components, then so what I'll need to do is attack dot collider. Okay, that's right. So in the in the detection component, I need to make I need to make this a property. And then no, that's correct. That's correct. Because then what I'll do in here is surprised I can't see because attack should have access to that collider. There it is. I forget what the. So this is kind of like my workflow. Is I'll come in here through the editor and I'll add like the circle collider and I can kind of generally see what is going on here. But then I'll in the final product I'll actually like I'll have everything programmatically added. I have I've found that it in the long run, especially when, for making some time like changes and stuff, that it works so much better than having it just pre-existing in the editor. I'm also very much a code first developer more than anything, so I like to do stuff outside of the editor and more in code than I do like in the editor. My way is not like right or wrong, it's just kind of another way to approach it. Problem is, oh, because this does have to be a circle collider. That's right. It's gonna equal something, right? In this instance, I think, if I remember right, I think I had the radius set to 9. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And then I think I need to do the attack dot collider dot is trigger. And I got to set that to true. And then the final thing I need to do is... this stuff all has to get passed through too. But what I need to do now is I'll pass in my attack detection component. And I think it should work right off the bat. If I go back to the editor now, let's get rid of the circle collider on there because the code will take care of it now. And we'll give it some other base values. These are all kind of basic. I like to have as little in here as like possible. But like this actually shouldn't be here. Because these are literally just some like stats that I want to be able to change in the editor. I like, honestly, I might even pull some of this stuff out too, eventually. Aider indicator. And yeah, for the sake of it, I could set this guy to like military, for example. But yeah, like these things, I like to keep these things as minimal as possible. Obviously, if I was working on a team and working with like designers, there's a lot more in here that I'd have to have move speed and health and all that stuff exposed to the editor for the designers. But since I'm a solo developer, I just pull everything out and do everything through code. So, see, you think that, but I don't have the ability to do it yet. I still need, I want to say I still need 20 more followers, and then I'm like half a viewer, like half a viewer away from having like the chatter numbers, because I think it's let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So I need for affiliate, I need to reach 50 followers, stream for 8 hours, stream on 7 different days, and get an average of 3 viewers. The stream for 8 hours and the 7 days is over a 30-day thing, so I like hit that no problem. I'm sitting at 25 hours of streaming this month so far. But I need an average of 3 viewers, and I'm at 2.16 out of 3 right now. And then I need to reach 50 followers, and I'm at 23 right now, so I actually need closer to 30. I haven't got a chance to test it yet. I was out of town over the weekend, and then got back. I got back Sunday night, and then like yesterday kind of was just like the catch up and kind of like relaxing and everything. So I honestly didn't even the extent of the development work I did was a Friday. I got a lot done on Friday. And then like Monday night, I was trying to get my laptop working so I could do dev work again on it because I didn't have it set up for Unity. And I got it halfway working to the point where I realized my computer just couldn't handle it, or that laptop couldn't handle it. But yeah, so I've just been busy. I haven't had a chance to really look into it yet. And the fact of the matter is I probably won't until I'm done with this branch, because I've got a million things that are happening in this branch anyway that I don't want to introduce new things into it yet. So once I'm done with this feature branch and get that PR'd and into master and stuff, then I'll pull in your plugin and take a look at it. I just want to make sure my code's in a stable spot. Because I don't like doing it. I'm sure, like, I mean, I know for a fact the two things aren't going to clash with each other at all, but it's more just I like to keep my branches clean. And if I screw something up, it's easy to I have less faith in myself. Okay, so whatever worked, it's the CS file's fine. I think if I remember right, you said something in Discord that it like wasn't letting you because it was so big or whatever. I mean, so whatever way works is fine. Oh, was it with Chris? Yeah, then. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's either way. If you've already got it in there as a text file, that's fine. If it's in there as a CS file, that's fine. Either way, it's gonna be kind of a copy. If I remember right, you said it was gonna be a lot of like copy paste and stuff over. So this is gonna break, I think, because I don't have the. Okay, so I got that on. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't have a I need to give it a weapon component. Let's attach a weapon component, and then actually what we do need to do is the weapon component needs tweaked again. Yeah, it's whatever needs to be done. Just give me all the pieces and maybe an like a small explanation of what needs to be done. Okay, so let's get rid of these guys so this thing can actually fire. Enemy base. Okay, so every character does have a weapon component. That's hint. Okay, yeah. Yeah, as long as there's documentation that tells me what I need to do, I'll be solid then. I have faith that any documentation you give me is gonna be immensely better than like most of the documentation I work with. Okay, so since the base character class has the weapon component, that should grab it when it's in the children, which it does. So it should start just now. It should work. I forgot to add the component to it. Object reference not sets an instance of the object. Okay, hold on. State machine states attack. So attack is missing something. Character dot weapon component. You should have a weapon component. Weapon component. Yeah, so it's definitely you know about it. It's just not getting set. Get component. This I don't think is going to fix it because it was working on me, but that technically should be a component in children. Those are my errors. Run, I said. Okay. Oh, you are... Okay. So he's able to shoot at me. He moves so fast. I mean, the shooting I expected because I don't have a cap on it right now. Why is he moving so fast? Also, I need to I need to deal with this problem. I got to pool these. That's because there's no cap on it, so it's literally firing every frame. Like if you look in the attack thing, it's literally every frame, if it has a target, it's firing, because currently the weapon component does not have a like I don't have anything that's I've got nothing that's preventing it from doing it right now, because he technically doesn't have a weapon equipped in the first place. So like if I still had those things in there, he wouldn't fire. So this is more testing. The real question is, why does he move so fast? Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's not. I'm not using visible on screen though. I could. Yeah, but no, it's I'm fully aware of what I got to do. I just haven't done it. The extent of the bullets that has been worked on is getting them to fire. That was all I did, because I needed them to at least be functional to do a bunch of other stuff. I'll go back and actually work on them at some point. It's just that point is not right now. Why is he moving so pat? That's what I want to know, is why is he moving so fast? Update. Move speed, like the player, did you ever set a move speed in here? I don't know. Player is also using the player's using a different move speed. Okay, wait, what do I got here? So I have a move speed. Enemy base have a move speed. Where is that move speed coming from? Oh, wait, no, okay, so it's using the property. It's private here, and then that's the accessor. That's fine. So actually what I could do here is... gonna use that component, and then... Am I just moving that fast? Oh, geez. Okay. Actually, it makes sense because we're moving the same speed. Actually, yeah, that does make sense. I just didn't realize how fast he moved. Yeah, we're moving the same speed. That's the problem. No, that doesn't exist yet either. So the thing is, though, with this scene, generally, like AI, the enemies aren't going to exist in here. If you remember right, in like the Godot build, like when I was in a level that actually had like stuff, or actually had AI spawning and stuff like that, stuff like trees and stuff didn't have colliders for reason one, because it was just a pain in the ass for the player to move around them, and two, the AI was way too dumb to do it. I'll have to get some sort of intelligence, and I'll probably just implement like A star when I get to that point, because I'm definitely going to have levels that have more things to worry about. But I think at least for like the playtest, I don't think the AI is necessarily going to be necessary, because they're basically out in the woods and trees aren't going to have colliders anyway. So it'll be fine for them to kind of just move straight at you. Because the beauty of it is when I get to the point where I have implemented A star, it'll be when I have other playable levels, when I have that implemented. And when those levels come out, the AI is not going to act any different on the forest level anyway, so no one will be none the wiser. The AI was always smart. But yeah, generally it's in something like this. Yeah, they are not set up to equip this. I just have them as I'm out for a sense of like direction, because otherwise I'm just like in a gray plane and I can't see what's going on. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have the... I'm just going to move them a lot slower for the time being. Move speed, I set move speed to read. I did set move speed to read only. That's fine. Honestly, I don't really care either the exact like means to it. I just want a way to have some sort of way to move things around. So if you got it to work one way, cool. The thing I care about the most is the ends. I don't really care about the means to get to it. Okay, so that... Now it should make more sense in why they're not like running away from me. Like, so yeah. See, now I can get to him. He gets stuck, but come on. Oh yeah, he's not gonna. They don't move while you're. Yeah, this is a terrible level to be testing the AI on, but that's fine. Eventually, and there's gonna be a second zone where when I get close to them, and it won't even necessarily be me, but it's more for the zombies. When stuff gets close to them, they'll like back away from it, so they're not just getting like swarmed by zombies when they're shooting at them, but they're gonna have a sense of like running around. I like how his gun can't figure out. Oh, why is that happening? It appears I've got something where it shouldn't be. Yeah, that's a problem. Oh yeah, like I said, you want to see the bullet code? It does nothing right now. It literally gets initialized. It creates its thing, and then it flies through the air and it's looking for, if it hits something that's damageable, yeah, it goes it. But other than that, like, so if those walls had a there's gonna be another like interface that basically they can, or well, I guess the easiest thing might be to have things that can be hit, but not. It'll be weird because I'll have like walls implement damageable, but I'm gonna have the hit or like the damage thing just do nothing to them essentially. But that will eventually cause the bullets to despawn. It's just the walls don't have. This cable is so annoying. The walls just don't have that function, the interface on them at all. It's something that I'll have to add later. But I think there's two ways to do it. There's the proper way to do it, and then there's the lazy way to do it. And the lazy way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to give anything that can be hit by a bullet, I'm going to call it damageable to stop like the collision and stuff. And then when I implement it, it's just not going to do anything. And then like this is something I'm going to change to, where instead of get component, I'm going to physically build the component in here. But okay, so what we need to do here then is aim weapon bool is flipped. Because right now it's based off of the it's based off the mouse position on the component itself. So what I need to do is in the player, I need to do, okay, so what we need to do, or actually, we can do this. So we're going to do input dot mouse position. Or no. We got to do the whole thing. So camera dot main dot screen to, oh, I cannot hit my screen to world point. Is that what I'm for? Yeah. Getting the mouse position. Dot X. And if it is less than the transform dot position, true, false. Is that how I do that? Oh, wait, forgot the X. Did I do that right? Oh, forgot the bool flipped. And then we can pass this in. And then now, what? Okay. So I gotta think this through. So if is flipped and not is flipped, else if this is a dumb line of code. I'm gonna fix this. Holy crap, this is bad. Oh god, there's absolutely nothing I like about that. If it's flipped and not is flipped. Oh Christ. To do ugly AF. Need to rewrite this. Because you put too much confidence in my ability to think more than like 5 minutes ahead. So as I wrote this, then suddenly it clicked how dumb it was that I was doing, that it was written that way. Technically, like, I don't even want to touch it. I don't care. It's not the problem right now. Don't even care. It's no. So yes. Don't question. Don't worry about it. Because also, if you were really paying attention to my code, you would have realized that that entire calculation I'd done was completely unnecessary in the first place. Because I already, never mind. So I physically, so technically I could set the is flipped variable here because I'm finding where the position is and then flipping the character sprite based off where my mouse is. So technically, what I could do here is set a variable in here and then apply the character flip sprite as well as another variable, or set a variable and then assign the character thing and the is flipped, and I could pass that into the thing. So like there's like a whole 2 levels of dumb here, which is why I'm just not even gonna mess with it, and I'll fix it later because there's a whole level of things that I could do, but I don't want to half fix it. If I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna fix it correctly. I don't want to like half fix it for the time being. Yeah, exactly. I could literally just check if the character sprite is flipped and flip it too. There's a couple ways to, yeah. I don't like to do that though. And that's generally not, I don't like to use state as like another object state as a thing to set something else state, generally what I want to do is set a state and then use that to tell other things. But that's more of a design argument than anything else. I personally, like, that's an option, but personally, I don't like doing it that way. I would still, like, basically what I would do is have a value that says, is my character flipped? And then tell everything that needs to be flipped what it is. Yeah, that's ultimately what I would do. When I went down here and saw how this was done, basically I would do a calculation that determines, yes, I'll make a calculation that determines whether the character is flipped or not, and then propagate that down to things that need to be affected by it. I'm not gonna have two objects interact with each other because it's a weird level of like coupling of like the weapons. Like it's like, I wouldn't say it's entirely wrong to do it that way because, like, you know, it makes sense that the sprite and the weapon sprite both need to be flipped at the same time. I just personally don't like doing it that way. So yeah, what I 100% what I'll do is I'll do the calculation, set a variable that is flipped, and then I will tell the sprite that it's equal to the flipped flag. Because basically what it allows to do is for everything that matters, I can have them go, hey, should I be flipped? Instead of me telling things they need to be flipped. You know what I mean? But again, that's a thing that I'll fix later. It's not important now. Because what I need to do is an attack. I need to do essentially the same thing here, where I gotta because the funny thing is I don't even think like here I'm gonna hard set it to true because I don't even think the NPC sprites are flipping either. Yeah, see, the NPC sprite isn't flipping either. So what we will do here, though, is the correct way that I was talking about doing that calculation, though, where basically transform.position.x is less than the character.transform.position.x. Private bool is flipped. So now I can do is flipped equals that, and I can do true, false. And then basically character dots. Oh, what did I call that? Because the attack component is this is an instance where I will have to I probably should put the is flipped in the base thing. I'm just more trying to get stuff working is the biggest thing. It's easier for me. I'm very much I get it working, then I worry about cleaning up the code. Because honestly, it's just easier for me to work in one singular script to get everything working and then put everything in all of the different pieces it needs to be in. That's pretty much it. Is I don't like bouncing around because I already have to. There's so many different scripts that any one object has to deal with. It's just easier to do it this way. And the thing is actually in this instance too, it does matter because so here in this instance, it does matter. This does need to be here actually, because when you're attacking, the state of your sprite on which way it's flipped is 100% dependent on where the target is. It has absolutely nothing to do with what your movement is. So like in the movement script, I'll also have to have a thing that controls like the sprite, like the status of the sprite, but I need the attack to be able to handle this state of the sprite too, because there'll be instances where, you know, normally when the thing is just moving around, it's going to face the direction it's moving. But if it's attacking something and it's backing up, it makes more sense to be looking at the person and backing up and still shooting at them. So actually it does need to be in here. As for, okay, so character dots, what did I even call this freaking thing? But the attack has to have something that's attacking at. So, the sprite, like, there's an argument for the character sprite itself on where that should be, but the gun sprite is yes, the attack has to have access to the character's orientation, but the attack also is dependent on where, when I'm attacking something, the attack state, because remember, these are states. Oh, see you, Mr. Human, that's fine. Have a good night. So these are all like separate states and everything and stuff like that. So like I could send it up to it. It's like I said, it's a design thing. I see what you're saying. I haven't fully figured out exactly where I want to put this stuff yet. What did I call this thing? Current sprite. That's right. Is that really what I'm using? Hold on. Character sprites. Why is that called character sprites? Oh, because I do want that. Okay. Okay. Oh, but you don't have access to. That's okay. That's an issue. Yeah. That's an argument, because the player itself does not know. The player itself is not going to know where the things are. That's dependent on its state. I don't have the sprite publicly accessible to this, because these are all protected. Which is fine. That means I just make these. I don't know if I like it this way, but it's going to be done this way for the time being. It's ultimately, I know what I want to do. I misspelled that apparently. I know what I want to do. I'm just not in a situation yet where, because you got to remember, this is me rewriting my game. So like I've kind of have been cherry picking like all over the place, and I didn't really go about this in a like structured manner. So there's like certain systems that I haven't written yet that I basically am doing like little band-aid things until I go into. Yeah, I know, because now I can do this. There. I mean, I could have done it the other way too, but woo. I did that on purpose. Right render dot flip X is that. There we go. And then I just pass this in. You gotta put more faith in me, man. There's a method to the madness. And there we go. Now he flips correctly. Because you also got to remember too, like there's a certain level of like optimization and like making everything have all these fancy getters and setters and blah 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 and all that stuff. That like I definitely like at work 100% would need to do because of the scale of some of the stuff I work with. When it comes to like the scope of some of these systems in the game, they're so tiny that ultimately it really doesn't matter. You know, so it's one of like maybe I know for a fact that this will get fixed because of another thing that's going to come in later when I work on it. But there's a lot of stuff that I've done that I've been like, this is like the singular instance that I really need to care about this thing. So instead of making this whole like elaborate like system to go get the things and blah 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 and stuff like that, and making these levels of hiding it's stuff, it's just easier to go, hey, here's the thing. Well, it doesn't bite you in the ass sometimes. Yeah, maybe. But when it does, you fix it. Okay, so what we need to do now is I can make it flip upside down. If I do that, that'll flip upside down. Look, there we go. Now he's upside down. But yeah, like there's decisions being made on like knowing that my game is, so like I'm here, or here's the beginning. My game was here, and then I went back basically to square one to rewrite this in Unity. So now I'm only here, but the game design and architecture is still all the way over here. So like I know what the end goal looks like, that now back here when I'm writing things, I know where I can be lazy and where I need to write things more robustly because I know what the end of the code looks like. Oh wait, I was screwing around. I gotta flip it back now. Want to play it. But yeah, like there's definitely been like, because it's basically this stuff that was like okay, I just left it as B. Some of the stuff that was not written well, I have gone back and refactored like a ton of it and written this stuff in this stupid cable. I need to find a way to get that up there better. Okay, so what we need to do here is give the thing an actual gun now. And I don't have... I don't have the pieces anymore. Actually, one thing I just thought of, though, is, you know what every character is going to need is an inventory component. Which I do have. Okay, cool. But I don't have a getter for it. Public inventory components. That'll be something I need later. Eventually half this stuff is going to have like setters too, but we haven't needed to set up the setters yet. Oh, no worries, man. I always appreciate when you're here. If you want that VIP now, you gotta get more people into my chat, because that's the limiting factor. Is I don't have enough followers or people active in chat yet. There's a lot of my sprites that I want to redo. I'm not a fan at all of like my character sprite, but I'm really happy with how how the guns themselves came out. I love how they came out, but the character I want to redo. I hate the character. The problem is, and like I fully appreciate like when he raids me and stuff like that and everyone over there. I also don't, I want to be able to like grow myself too and not just like leech off of Chris all the time. But at the same time, it's like I appreciate any support that I can get. I always want people to watch me because they genuinely like me, not watch me just because I'm a fairly like, how do I say this without sounding like conceited? Because I definitely don't mean that. Like, I feel like I'm one of the more like known people in his community since I'm very active in there and stuff. So like, yeah. So it's like, I don't want people to like watch me just because of over there. But like at the same time, I also appreciate the support. Like, I'm not going to say no to it either. Okay. So let's give this guy a proper gun. And actually, while we're at it, let's open up the weapon component and let's clear all this garbage out. Because these were hard-coded sprites. Oh, sorry, I just coughed right into my mic. But yeah, like I definitely appreciate like when Chris does like raid me, but I also like appreciate the fact that he doesn't just raid me all the time too. Okay, so why is that word? Oh, because I've got a checks in my player character on if I've got a weapon to even shoot or not. Okay, but he, yeah, is just gonna start ripping on me, and he can shoot regardless of having a gun or not, which is fine. So what do I need? Oh yeah, I need to actually create a all right. But I don't. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like it's really, it is nice when like say like Chris raids me and I get suddenly that surge of like 10 viewers and stuff like that. But there's also the added funkiness of him doing game dev and then gaming. So like half the people that follow him over into the raid literally don't care what I'm doing at all because they're watching Chris for like Celeste or Hollow Knight and not like the game dev. And then there's like a bunch of other people that like, you know, they stick around and they probably hang out for a little bit just because Chris did. But like, I definitely like having people that like pop in and, you know, they are like my viewers. And that's what I want to have my viewers. And like, I've gotten a couple regulars like outside of you. Cause I mean, me and you kind of met through the Chris's chat anyway, but like, there's people like Ethan who I don't know if he's still in here or not, who I think just organically found me and is in here kind of often now. And there's that Mr. Human Limits. Is that his username? Mr. Human Limits something. Yeah, Mr. Human Limits YouTube. He's pops over from YouTube now and is in here fairly regularly, which is really cool because he's from YouTube. The only viewer I have on YouTube. Okay, so what I need to do is, oh, right. I was looking for that data. This guy. No, I truly don't care which platform people watch on. It was just cool that I had like my first like regular over on the YouTube side. I think honestly, if people have the ability to watch on YouTube or Twitch, I would probably prefer Twitch over YouTube because I feel like Twitch is just kind of like the better platform. But I also don't like, I actually don't care. I'm not big enough to where that even matters. So. Okay, so what I need to do is, so the weapon component is expecting an inventory item, I believe. Yes, it's expecting inventory item. So basically I need to just hard. So weapon or here. Inventory item weapon. Weapon equals new inventory item weapon, and we're just gonna like manually construct this thing. It's data inventory. See what this thing looks like because I don't remember. Oh, I need the item as well. Oh, that's right. I have to. I do have a reference to the actual item. Okay, so we're just gonna. For the time being, we're just gonna hard code this in. Come on, there we go. So item is gonna equal weapon. Quantity is gonna equal 1. And then inventory item weapon. Public Item attachment. Barrel. Oh, that's right, because they're looking for... It should work like this. I forgot. And yes, very, very much so can that matter. That's why most engines are written in C++, or I mean, I don't remember the exact technical differences because I haven't used a language that really cares about like the pointers and stuff like that, but like games are written in, like, big games are written in C++ for a reason. Like, it does actually make like a noticeable difference. Because I mean, because you think about just how pointers themselves work, like just the sheer, like that, all that time saved like does add up on something like a large scale. And there's, you know, there's games out there where like that efficiency does matter. Doesn't matter for my game? Hell no. I don't think it matters. I think I think the best way to say it is the differences between variables and pointers don't matter until it does matter. I mean, you can do that too, but yeah, I think the best way to say it though is the fact that the differences between the two don't matter until it does matter, which I feel like is a cop-out, but like it's also like kind of true. Because if you don't need the efficiency, like then it's then you don't need it. Like a player is not gonna, if you don't need that efficiency, the player is not gonna notice like the efficiency difference. But if you do need the efficiency difference and you use the less efficient one, and it affects, and it's to the point where it does affect gameplay, then yeah, the player's gonna notice because it's gonna be like laggy. So like, yeah, it doesn't matter until it matters. Okay, so that should work fine that way. And then now we can just do, this is the instance where he can add inventory component dot, not inventory component, weapon component dot add equip. That's what it is. And then we're just going to equip weapon. Yeah, I think it's one of those... It's trade-offs. Like, I mean, everything in software development is trade-offs. Like, you can... Because it's going to be like, you could use pointers and they'll be more efficient. Or you could not use pointers and it's easier to not use the pointers, but it's less efficient. And then it just comes down to, does that efficiency matter? And I think it's, and that right there alone is what separates like the good developers from like the great developers. Because the good developers know how to do things efficiently and like the best way possible. The great developers, though, are the ones that know when it doesn't matter and they can save time writing stuff quicker because they realize they don't need to make those heavy, intricate systems. I am not one of those great developers yet. Working on it, though. I'm almost a senior dev at work. What was I even doing? Oh, yeah, I equipped it. It's gonna be weird. I wish I could give him like a full-blown weapon, but yeah, I wish I could give him a full-blown weapon, but I just can't do it with how the system works. I have to like properly have like inventory and stuff set up. I mean, look what I did. People would have thought I was like, people literally said I was crazy to a year into my project and as fleshed out it was and how close I was to like a release to suddenly throw it all away and rewrite it in Unity. And there's this great. You like how I didn't rewrite this at all? I just left that. I wrote that exactly the same, didn't touch it. I was like, it works. I don't want to mess with it. Okay, that's the thing is, I guess I didn't throw it away. I still have all that stuff, and I'm literally like transposing it. But like, I still like a lot of people have been like, "Why are you changing engines in the middle of a like as deep as you are in a project?" And I was like, "Because I wanted to." I've been way more efficient in Unity than I have been in Godot. Man, you guys like move fast. Okay, so you're not... Your gun didn't equip. My gun equips. It's in the wrong spot, but it equips. Why did your gun not equip? Bet you exist somewhere. Especially because Godot has C# support. You know, now they made that statement, and I just found this. Doesn't matter, because that only works still in Godot. I would have needed a Godot to Unity translator. I wonder how well this works. I've used converters before, and I've had, like, mixed success with them. I gotta quit accidentally going on this page because this thing has like accidentally doxed me a couple times. That's why part of the reason why I always, when I'm on stream, always use incognito mode. Because then, for example, if I accidentally open up Facebook, I'm not logged in. You don't know who I am. There's enough information out there that you could totally find me on like social media and stuff, but actually I'm pretty sure my personal Twitter, I'm pretty sure says that I'm like the lead, like owner and lead developer of Lethal Injection games. So you realistically could actually like track me down. That's another option, is yeah, using a completely different browser. I like Opera. So I just go in incognito mode. Okay, so weapon component. Why did you not? Okay, so equip, I'm sending inventory item weapon. Let's attach and actually just look at what happened here. You know what's funny? Oh, actually, you can't see this. If I get rid of these bottom bars, you can't see my... I changed it to where my taskbar is like hidden all the time, and if I mouse over it, then you see it, and I kind of like it this way. But it's been hard to get... There's still a couple things that are like weird to get used to. Okay, so weapon, ammo count, ammunition, barrel, durability, grip. Okay, yeah, so none of that stuff matters. Is equipped, false, cool, whatever. Data. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Okay, so you're just flat out getting null. But why? Can you attach, please? Nice, there we go. Yeah, my boss actually called me out on that one day because he said, though, he's like, dude, he's like, every time he's like something immediately breaks, he's like, you just sit there and go, but why? All the time. That's like, apparently that's my thing. It's just going, but why? Okay, so I create an inventory item weapon, giving it the, oh. Yeah, I'm getting close to this. I would wager. I'd wager by the end of the week. I can definitely look at it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. See you later. Oh, that's fine. That's not attached. Speaking of which, what time is it? 3:30? All right. We're not even close to accomplishing everything that I thought I was going to accomplish today. Look at you with a gun. Cool. That does mean now, so I should be able to, if I uncomment this now, that should chill out on the amount that he's shooting. And if that works, I think we're good and we can move on to the other AI. Actually, I might be able to call this on a branch. Now I'm going to feel bad. I just door indicator heads out, and now I might be in a spot where I can totally like, oh yeah, that's much more reasonable. Okay, now why no pew? Probably because on the actual weapon component itself, I don't have that audio set. Let's set that there. Now we should hear the bangs. Oh, I killed him. Okay, so obviously the AI are a little nutty because even on like the semi-auto, like they literally don't have a difference between semi-auto and full auto. Those guys are just gonna bang away at max time all the time. Now if I go to 47, I changed this to full, which is what it's supposed to be at anyway. I was just trying to test the other system. I was trying to test because the player input needs to know if it's full or semi to how to handle the, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and PR what we got, and actually look at Dorindicator's thing. Okay. Okay, actually, before I mess with any of that, let's go ahead. So let's go ahead and save off all of this stuff. Let's go back in here. Let's do a whole save here. Okay, so let's close you out. Close you out. Okay, so one thing I want to do, I'm going to take a peek at the changes he made, because I'm just genuinely curious as to what he did. So I need to open this guy back up. That's not what I wanted to do. So in the plugins folder, editor, scriptable object preview. Let's where's the path? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Actually, that's fine, because I can grab all this stuff, copy that. Oh, wow. He put a whole thing up the top. Okay. Oh, that's because I took the whole... Let's go back. Put just his text in. Find the differences. Okay, so things protected. All right, fine, whatever. Move to the window. Cool. Change that. Virtual overriding. Virtual overriding. Well, darn, I was hoping to see cooler stuff. That's fine. That's funny. Yep. I'm gonna do this off stream though, just so I can really understand what's happening in there. I totally trust the ranker. I don't think there's anything malicious in there. I just want to see what he does and be able to consume it. And I'm sure he'd enjoy watching me do it live instead of elsewhere. So let's keep on trucking. I'm not gonna merge this PR yet because now we'll just do the zombie. Okay. Let's go back over here. Let's close this guy out because I don't know if it's gonna get all weird with me opening them the other way. Because I can at least get this. I can at least get the starting bits of this going. Okay, so what we want to do is, first off, let's open this guy again. So we have Visual Studio reopen. Sure, did you just okay, yeah, you overrode the thing and you probably just overrode that's all the ones that you made protected is what you overrode. Interesting. Okay, so what do we got in the base character class? That's the thing I already forget. I swore I had this open. Character, there you are. Everyone's got a weapon component, which is fine. That's totally fine. Because the zombie AI is going to will account for that. Actually, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, and then I'll get to work on this. Okay, we back. Okay, so the zombies are gonna be. Then we're gonna get the zombies. We got about 20 minutes. We'll get the zombie going and then go from there. What am I looking for? Modern behavior script. Character is the one that inherits his eye damage both. Cool. Question is, so I got two options with the zombies that is completely insignificant to what I'm doing right now. I just had a thought. So as it stands right now, there's a penalty in the game for not wearing armor, right? I'm gonna take penalty in the game for not taking armor or for not wearing armor. I can either override. So I made these virtual for a reason. So that way, if I can have other things happen, you know, I can, the point of overrides. I'm conflicted on if I want to make zombies succumb to like the penalty for not wearing armor, or if I just have the zombies, I override this and just have them flat take damage straight on the health component. And it just be the bullet damage and make them immune to, I might make them immune to the armor penalty. The armor penalty really only applies to the player because like all of the other, like I don't think there's ever going to be NPCs running around not wearing armor. So by the way, let's go into the zombie. And you're going to jump off of base or enemy base. So I got two scripts that I'm working with here. Jeez. Get rid of you, get rid of you. We need states at a certain point, but I just want that. So character. The first thing. I don't know if we'll necessarily need these, but we're going to leave them in for now. The first thing I want to do, though, is let's do public override. Let's generate overrides. I think so. All I want really is the I might. The health component will have to get overridden at some point because that's a bridge we'll cross later. For now, we'll do that. And instead what we're going to do here is just health component dot damage bullet dot damage. So that's the only override I would do right now. Actually, for the time being, I can do there's definitely more. Fine. We're going to override that for now, but for the time being, it's going to just recall the thing. That way it's going to be, it'll be a reminder because I'll be like, why did I do this? Because ultimately what's going to happen anyway is a lot of these things are going to have to, there's going to have to be some base level for like the base enemy, honestly, should override it and do loot drops, but we'll figure that out. So I have a state machine. And honestly, they're called base.start, and we'll set up components. Because then what we'll do here is this passive state is going to equal new. These guys are definitely going to just wander. This and state machine. Attack state, new attack zombie, which needs this, the state machine, but then it's also going to need another, it's going to need a detection component, which is fine. The alert state, I think, just needs these guys. That's really all it needs, because they're just going to chase you. These ones are super easy. Oh, but you actually need a they need a chase state. Okay, so you aren't going to work because you don't exist. So then what we're going to need here is a So we need both of those detection components, and then we need the state machine, or that specific state for this guy. And then we're gonna pass that in, and then state machine dot initialize. We're gonna initialize with the passive state. That's kind of everything I think I need right now. Which is fine. So now if we hop over to Unity now, we're just gonna have you not active for the time being. We're gonna create a empty. We'll call you zombie. We're gonna attach the zombie script to you, and you're gonna have all those fun things. So we're gonna attach 2 detection components to you. What are people begging me about? Okay, let's close that Discord. Don't need that open for the time being. What time is it? 3:55. Okay. This equals like 12. That one I genuinely do not know. So what we're gonna do is we'll pop back over to the engine. I'll give you a sprite renderer, and we'll attach you to it so we can see you. Cool. And then we're gonna add a circle collider, and the radius of this bad boy is gonna be 0.75. Actually, I just want to see how big 12 is. 12 might be kind of big. Is huge. That's like 10. Okay, yeah, we'll do 10. Didn't I have a state for... It's in utility? Nope. Oh, state machine does. States. Oh, I do have a chase. Okay. I didn't realize I had that state already. If this works immediately, if you're in chat, you need to follow. If this works immediately. If it doesn't work immediately, I'm going to quit and get off. If it works immediately, I'm going to quit and get off because it's 4 o'clock. Oh, well, hold on. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I forgot to give it some initializers. Forgot to give it its dependencies. No, well, we'll call it zombie. And let's make him slower. Okay, now this is the actual like test. The hell? That is not at all what I thought was going to happen. Hang on. Oh. There's a key here that I forgot. I didn't make these a trigger. That's why that didn't work. Which actually, honestly, that's something I should do in the detection component. I'll fix that another time. But like all of these are going to be triggers, so like that should just be. Okay, that I genuinely don't know what's happening. We'll have to look into it later. But on that note, it's 4 o'clock. Gotta get going. This week only, I gotta leave early because of work stuff with my wife, but it's fine. Friday should be normal though. We'll see what happens on Friday. So yeah, social links down below. Check them out. Hit up the Discord. I really appreciate it. Let's bump those numbers up. Trying to grow this community. I will be back tomorrow, same time, 2 to 4, because we'll be on the shortened schedule tomorrow. And yep, have a good night. See you tomorrow.